Welcome back to our Brand Strategy 101 class. And the purpose of this class is to introduce you to brand strategy, to understand what it is and start to put it to work for you, but also to help you understand the link between brand strategy and building a heartfelt brand. And this class is evenly divided into two parts. The first half of the lessons are devoted to exploring who you are, your purpose, your personality, your brand promise. And the second half, which we're starting right now, is devoted entirely to who you serve, your customers, your audience, understanding them differently, going past avatars and learning how to build the type of customer relationships that are really going to last and help you thrive. A well-rounded brand strategy is a tale of two halves, knowing both who you are and who you serve. We've now spent 4 lessons devoted to the first half of this equation, who you are. And now we are able to turn our attention fully to who you serve. The next 4 lessons are all about your audience. And a little side note here, creative voices exist to serve small operations. But within that, there are 3 distinct groups that we serve: small businesses and solopreneurs, artists and makers, and activists or nonprofits. And depending on the type of work you do, your audience might be customers, it might be patrons, it might be donors, and feel free to use these words interchangeably depending on who it is that you serve. But either way, we're going to start by rethinking your audience, deconstructing past advice that may have inadvertently limited your ability to serve your entire audience well. Then in the remaining lessons of this Brand Strategy 101 class, we'll discuss how to elevate beyond features by creating experiences. This is something that the best brands do, and it is a strategy that you can put to work for you too. And then we'll wrap everything up, and the final lesson in this class will be the power of on-brand media and what it can do for you. Rethinking your audience means that we're going to shift away from some really popular tools and think a little deeper about who it is that we serve. And some form of avatars have been really popular in marketing for a long time. And the idea is to form a detailed image of your ideal customer, their age, gender, interests, home life, income, hobbies, the works. But I've found that what this really does is limit how you see your audience. It wipes away the complexity and nuance in favor of ease and oversimplification. And if you think about it, the only thing your customers need to have in common is you. There's a lovely quote from the end of You've Got Mail where Meg Ryan's character says, "Whatever anything is, it ought to begin by being personal." So rather than build an ideal customer and gear your marketing toward them, you're going to look for common denominators. What traits or characteristics does your entire audience share? What do they value? What are they looking for? Maybe your customers are all different ages, but they're all looking for uniqueness in what they buy. This becomes a shared trait across your audience. And that's why I call them umbrella characteristics. They're traits that cover your entire audience. And while the old ways were built on ideals, this approach emphasizes inclusion. And let me give you an example about how this looks in practice. Let's say that you sell a particular brand of large luxury SUV. If you're looking to understand your audience through the lens of an ideal customer, here's how you might think of them. Okay, your audience is a mother, 3 or 4 kids, upper middle class, lives in a large single family home in the suburbs. And then you plan your marketing and your messaging based on this ideal customer. And a customer that falls outside of this description might feel alienated by the brand, might not see themselves in it. They might not see how that product serves them, and they'll likely gravitate toward another brand that speaks to them better, a little more directly. But now let's flip that and take the umbrella characteristics approach. The qualities that your audience shares are an appreciation for quality and design. Perhaps one customer is a single man in his 20s with an affinity for heated seats and taking all his buddies skiing in comfort. Could also be grandparents looking for a rig to carry all their grandkids. Or even someone who has a hobby that benefits from a larger vehicle and the rest of the time just appreciates the ride quality. Your marketing focuses on the qualities that these customers share. Quality, design, and then invites all the customers who share these traits into the brand. In order to build a heartfelt brand, we have to be able to see, hear, and understand our audience if we are going to be able to genuinely serve them well. And a really straightforward place to start is with the problems that your audience is facing. What external problems are they grappling with? And these are tactical problems. They are outside of themselves. What are they looking for? What problem are they trying to solve in their life, their work, their business, their relationships? And I really want to emphasize here that you are not in the business of agitating pain points. This is a concept I really dislike because the subtext of this type of thinking is exploiting someone else's pain for your own financial gain. And that is not what we are doing here. Instead, it's about thinking how you are best able to serve them, and understanding their problems is a way that you go above and beyond. It's how you earn loyalty and affection because you are bothering to do the legwork. And a part of doing the legwork to really understand who you're serving is understanding the problems that they're facing. If you have not done it yet, go and download the worksheet for this lesson. There are a couple guided questions for helping you understand the problems that your audience is facing. And the goal is to be able to state their problems really simply. And if you're struggling to keep it short and sweet, that's likely a sign that you need to do some more digging. Problems do not have to be small in order to be stated simply. It might be a really big problem, but in this case, the simplicity is an indicator that you really understand the problem thoroughly.